There was only one job I always wanted, was to be a truck driver in the Dustland. I seen how much money those guys was getting. I seen how well they were able to build a city up from nothing. Because if a city doesn't have enough, the only thing they can do is send out a driver. But not just a driver, someone who could handle their stuff. Someone who can shoot when they have to. Someone who can carry 10 boxes if they have to. Someone who can survive off of nothing. So it's a simple test when you're at the driving school. Pick up some fuel, bring it to the instructor, drop it off. Sounds easy enough. But a lot of people fail here. Some people don't even know how to find places on the map. Some people don't even know how to calculate their mileage, how much fuel they have in the truck. This part was easy. But what I love most about it, I'm by myself. I don't have no help. I don't have nobody sitting in the passenger seat. It's just me. I think this is why a lot of people failed the driving classes. But this is meant for me. This feels like something I'm supposed to be doing. I finally find the instructor in Machaga. Machagua? I don't know how to say it. They're a food city. They make a ton of food. But they don't have a lot of tires. Or a lot of anything, really. So the mission is simple. Grab some food from here, take it to Tyreton, buy some tires in Tyreton, and bring it back to Machuga. That's the economy. Buy a lot from somewhere that produces a lot and sell it somewhere that doesn't produce a lot. And you'll make profit. And with that profit, you can buy stuff. Buy clothing, buy food, buy property, buy land. That's my goal. That's what I want to do one day. Machuga makes a ton of food, so I was just going to buy as much as I possibly could because the instructor's not going to know. I know he's probably not going to let me keep the money from this mission because I'm not paying for this class. So I go ahead and depart. Once again, I just love the open road, knowing that there's just a lot of possibilities for me here. And you know what I love most about being on the road? Making a little pit stop and sleeping at the camp. Roast some marshmallows up, sleep a little bit, and you back on the road. But once again, this isn't made for everyone. Everyone isn't built for this life. And I can tell you that right now. I make it to Tyreton and I just look at this city like, good Lord. There's not a lot of anything going on here. Some guy outside playing music. Some homeless kid over there. They don't make anything but tires. But a city like this, I could impact a ton. I could take their tires anywhere in the world. And I'm paying them right up front. How much for your tires? Here's the money. I'll be back. So I buy about 40 tires. Once again, I don't know how much this instructor is going to let me keep. But I get back on the road and head back to the instructor. God dang dust storms. You really never know what you're going to run into out here. But at least you got the moon to admire. When you're in the middle of nowhere, keep your stress levels down. I get to Machuga, sell the tires, make a huge profit. I only asked for $1,500. Made $1,000. I think I know everything I need to know. It's time to get started. Great job. Ugh. Learn how to make a buck in the Dustlands. Now get. You've got a whole wide world waiting for you. I decided to start in Haggard Plains. Kinda had a good feeling of this area, but the Dustlands is the Dustlands. It's a weird place, and a lot of crazy things happen. But I had to decide what type of person was I gonna be. Easy pick. I'm a sharpshooter. I'm gonna pride myself on being able to defend myself, or to be able to get what I deserve. I make a little money trading here and there, and I decide to sell everything I own to chase this dream. I head to the truck dealership, buy my first truck. I have to head out to Valleyville. It's where a lot of the last things I own are. While driving, I get an idea that being on the road by myself probably isn't the best. I should probably recruit somebody when I do have a chance, but also remember I have a shotgun. I also have a blade. Just in case I get into anything on the road, because you never know what could happen. Finally get to Valleyville, where this is basically it. I get all the last scraps that I have in the bank, and I discover I had 2 inheritance. 2 land deeds that the bank was telling me about. This is my first time ever hearing about it. One of them is in Tyrannus. It's only about 2 cities over. And the other is in Starlight City. I've never even been there before. I decide to go ahead and make a trip to Tyrannus. Take a peek into the bar just to see who's all here, and it just makes me think just how crazy it is out here. There's people from the Syndicate, Milsec. Head over to the library and look at all the things that I could possibly build and make one day. I get excited because there's just so much about this world I don't know right now. It's all for me. Reedville is the next city over, and I know they need flour. So I go ahead and head into the shop at Valleyville, buy as much flour as I can afford. I know the more you buy, the more expensive it gets, because they have less quantity. So I don't buy too much, just enough. I'm already down to 300 scraps. I'm gonna have to make some money fast. But when I bought the truck, it came with a ton of fuel. There's so much about this world I just don't know yet. A hitchhiker. I'm just gonna move on. Talking about getting a partner and all these things has me on the edge a little bit. I pull up to Reedville and a guy stops me as soon as I enter. "Are you folks also carriers?" He jogs up to the window of my cab. "I've got a shipment here for the next town over." "Yeah, sure. I'll take it." Maybe he'll give me some money on the other end. Seems easy enough as well. It technically feels like my first job. My first gig. And I'm already about to make my first set of money. Go ahead and sell the flour. I already have 2,300 scraps now. Just like that, I made a huge profit. Just on my first trip alone. Now thinking back what I just learned in school, Crude Town doesn't make any fruit. It's the next city before we get to the next town. Go ahead and buy some fruit from Reedville, just so I can take it with me. Try to bargain, but it didn't work. But it's all about learning. Just like learning that you can set up stalls in the city where you can sell stuff at. Once again, I'm gonna need some property before that happens. On my way to Reedville, I think, what if I stole this fuel I just got? But I'm like, no. I could benefit a ton from this. He could pay me or whatever happens. I pull up to Reed Town and there he is. He chuckles heartily. "I actually only need half of the fuel. The rest of it is your reward." Are you serious? Let's go. Fuel is expensive. And off of that trip alone, I feel smarter. I feel like I can speak better on what I'm doing. I go ahead and go up to the stall with my giant boxes of fruit. Seems like a huge opportunity. Milsec faction. Looks like they're planning to sell the same goods, and they'll ask if they'll let me go ahead. "Hey, can we go ahead and cut you?" "Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead." I know every city only has a certain amount of money. Just as I thought. They have no money left to buy the fruit I just bought. I'm down to 40 scraps off of that. And a truck full of fruit. He makes it even worse. I run into an animal salesman who's selling dogs. I would have loved to buy a dog, but I don't have any money. And just like that, my first couple days on the road, I'm down to my last 40 scraps. finally make it to Tyrannus. I go ahead and try to find the mayor and explain to him what's happening. The mayor's an interesting guy, deep set wrinkles. His eyes are sharp though. I explained to him, hey man, I had this deed for land. The mayor invites me to sit down. He looks it over. This looks authentic enough, but it's far too old to be valid. Normally we'd compensate you with cash, but I'm afraid the city's going through something right now. How can I help? This is land that I'm owed. How can I help? You help us? Fine. One of our main problems is our lovely neighbor, the city of Civitas. We have to pay them an extortion fee every month, or they'll rob us. But what really worries me is their timing. They always raid us when our guards are down. The only explanation? There has to be a mole in the city. A mole? Look, I'm just a truck driver. Is this something I really want to get involved in? Yeah, it is. This is land that's owed to me. Tyrannus is a beautiful city. If I have to find a mole, I will. I get a list of the suspects. I'm off. Before I head out, down to my last scrap. Gonna go outside the gate, see if anybody's willing to throw me some scraps before I start on this mission. I used to just want to be a truck driver, but now I feel like there's more to this story.
Two.